Alright, so pleasant good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Monday, November 24th. And I want to say to that special someone out there that is always watching my videos, happy birthday. You know yourself. Um, what we're witnessing here, ladies and gentlemen, is the ultimate betrayal by our government officials, starting from the head of the street, Andrew Holness. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. That is Pastor Shuttleworth with a very important lesson, word, understanding of what is happening globally and also in line with what is going on biblically. You know, the B system, the agenda, um, all of that stuff. I know my voice is not really as crisp because of the microphone I'm using, but the message is just too important, and I wanted to emphasize same. The other thing I want to emphasize is that you guys go ahead and go over to Freedom Come TV on YouTube. It's right there on your screen. Make sure that you guys go and subscribe to get more of the word, because we're gonna need all the wisdom from the Most High that we can, and until everybody can have their own relationship, and you know, we still need the prophets, we still need the men and women of God at this time to guide us. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen, Freedom Come Ministries. Subscribe, alright? Everybody go and subscribe. That is it. Hey, alright guys. Sassy81 in the building. What's up, my darling? Good to see you. I don't know why you're not a moderator over here, no, but we're gonna change that. Long story 3622. Keep up doing what you're doing, bro. Thank you very much. Monica, how are you? Antonio, good morning. Faye, good morning. Happy Monday to everybody. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Colleen, what's up? Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have been betrayed. I'm just gonna call it what it is. We have been betrayed. We have been betrayed by Andrew Holness and his entire government. We have been betrayed, and it's so bad that I don't think anybody can make any excuses for them anymore. So, woke up this morning, and to my surprise, I don't know why this government and the individuals that are a part of it keep surprising me. But for some strange reason they do, ladies and gentlemen. It's like I am giving them the benefit of the doubt, and you know, holding out that, you know, maybe them are gonna change. You know what I mean? But just total and ultimate betrayal from these people. What am I talking about? Well, let's get to it. Let's get to it. There we go, connected. I'm gonna use this phone instead of my computer. I don't know how many of you watched Andre Stevenson last night, but I never watched him this morning. He put out a very important video, and I caught it. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this.
Here comes Andrew Holness' sweetheart and her team. Who has the responsibility of steering the education portfolio? Leave Jamaica to go to St. Vincent and the Grenadines on taxpayers' money. On taxpayers' money, Jamaica.
So that's where I stop it, you know.
Walk the talk, but you cannot walk the walk.
No, that's where I stop it now, ladies and gentlemen. Going to St. Vincent on my money. With the crisis, the many crises that has erupted from the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. You're telling me that the labor right them, the leadership in the labor, this lady is supposed to be involved in education. Celine Wagwan in fixing goodies. She's supposed to be involved in education, ladies and gentlemen. Education has been affected. Where's all of the innovative ideas being implemented to make sure the kids that have been affected get back on track? Where's the advocacy from Rhoda Crawford in the ministry of education to say, listen, I have toured these areas and the statistics show that this amount of children have been affected by Hurricane Melissa that are currently not going to school. I have reached out to Damian Crawford and the Minister of Education, Donna, what's your name? Dora the Explorer. And we have sat down and we have brainstormed some ideas that we wish to implement. However, it is going to cost such and such and such. But I believe that this is an important long-term investment and short-term investment and mid-term investment into our greatest resource, our people. Ladies and gentlemen, I just came up with that. Off the top of my head. So instead of these things coming from Rhoda Crawford, she has been quiet. And her loudest moment is when she left Ghana St. Vincent for my tax dollars. You mean the money where people them need? You mean the money where children them need? People that live outside, same way, no house. Some people still hasn't seen the government entities. It's like, I said it, like, you guys have to be under a spell that actually really defend this foolishness. You have to be under a spell. There's no way that you are operating in your right mind. However, there's hope, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go back to Rhoda. There's hope. There's actually hope. Hot off of the press played that video earlier. And lo and behold, me can say, we find a solid labor right. We find a solid labor. We can't believe. Watch out, two good labor right.
Name page, and this is
Look
what
at
I said.
this.
Listen to this. Message to JLP. It's impossible to win a PR war when a person is homeless, waterless, and lightless. People want vision and action. Only here in Jamaica, this is a labor. Right, he always take me sitting them on a post and a cuss me out. You understand? So when this
So this is one labor right way. I try to counter at half of the press every video what she put out. Never, I don't know him. But mighty God. Message to JLP. It is impossible to win a PR war when a person is homeless, waterless. Him say lightness, but he really mean lightless, without light. People want vision and action. Where's the lie? Where's the lie? Where's the lie? There is one. I can't believe I find one labor writer me agree with on principle. The man, whoever this is,
Jamaica.
is absolutely right. The man is trying to win a PR game. What did I say? What have I been saying? Why is the Jamaica Labour Party just not admitting that they failed and move on? They failed the people. Try to make it up to the people now. But don't come on here and insult your intelligence. And pushing out numbers to try to still be wrong and strong. What it tells us and tells me, sensible people, is that you guys really don't care. And you think you can PR your way out of everything. It's all about optics. It's not about vision and action. It's not about action. What you do is less action. JLP spend more time in PR. Let us see what type of PR Andrew Holness is going to do now. After him take up for himself gone at G20 summit. How much did that cost, Andrew? Rhoda Crawford, how much it cost you for Ghana St. Vincent? Huh? How much it cost you? No, it's not you it cost. How much did it cost me? A taxpayer. How much did it cost us, the taxpayers? How much? When that money could clearly be used for... Can you imagine, ladies and gentlemen, if Damian Crawford decided to take a vacation? Can you imagine if Damian Crawford, not Damian Crawford, sorry, Dr. Dayton Campbell. Can you imagine if Dr. Dayton Campbell decided, I am going to take a trip? Even if it wasn't his money, even if it wasn't our tax dollars, let me tell you something. The labor right them would, they would put him on the cross like Jesus and crucify him. I am challenging the labor right them to come out and be honest and stand up on principle. Like this man or this woman right here, so. May I challenge you to come out and talk the truth. Mama Piga Africa and Andrew Holness say, oh, $6.5 million. $6.5 million.
Here comes Ann.
Eh?
Up the top.
Right up there.
Yeah.
Through the World Wide Web.
Yeah.
And sit.
Remember this.
Mr. Speaker.
The truth that shakes the foundations of what we...
Up the top, but you cannot walk. Right?
Mr. Speaker.
Who remembers this video?
Mr. Speaker. All right. Mr. Speaker. You don't like Africans. Mr. Speaker. I would have loved to have heard the Prime Minister say, and I appreciate what you say because the African blood runs deep in me as well. Not the African blood runs in all of us. But it is time that we as black people realize that if we are going to get progress, that we must start to use our resources in wise ways. So if we spend $6.5 million to go to Africa, the Prime Minister should come here and say, yes, I struck an economic deal with Ethiopia or Nigeria or South Africa. Come here to tell this. Let me tell you something, Mr. Speaker. I come from a generation that is liberated. Slavery is 350 years 150 cents free. We must understand that now is the time that we must defend our economic independence, and to do that, we must strike trade agreements with Africa. Don't come here and tell me about access, Mr. Speaker, let me say this, that the $6 million that we spend flying.
Marlon.
Hold on.
Marlon, big up. Miss Khalid, what's up, baby? How you doing over there? I know you're dominating. Nobody can touch the New Orleans babes. Nobody can mess with the New Orleans babes. How you doing, Miss Collins? So, the young Andrew Holness, our Prime Minister at the moment, was very adamant, was very firm and stern about wasting our tax dollars to go on trips. Albeit the trip was about honoring our ancestors and the connection between us and Africa, but he didn't care. Now, it's going to be interesting to see whether or not he is going to address him going to Africa, to the G20 summit that he's not a part of. He could have sent somebody like the Minister of Foreign Affairs, right? And she could have spoken about the things that he spoke about and advocated on behalf of whatever it is he wanted to advocate for. We listened to his speech. Anybody could have, communicated same. All right? She could have communicated same. Diana, listen. the opposition, in my opinion, is doing everything that they're supposed to do. I'm telling you, they are not verbalizing in an attacking way of showing up the government, but they are standing in position and holding them accountable. All we have to do is listen and look. Look at Damian Crawford questioning of the ODPEM the other day. That totally exposed the ODPEM and the Prime Minister of not having really any plans and preparation for the hurricane. You understand? So the opposition is doing exactly what they're supposed to do. They don't have to be loud. They don't have to shout. All they have to do is keep asking the right questions, because the right questions opens up us to what is really going on or what is not going on. You cannot PR your way out of facts, We need to pay attention to the PAAC committees. You notice that Deon Jackson Miller is doing a whole series on the PAAC committees. Right? Somebody said John Smith could have gone at the time. He should be in the country trying to get back people's lives back. That's a fact. Now back to Rhoda Crawford. Ladies and gentlemen, Rhoda Crawford in St. Vincent on our tax dollars. You cannot make this up.
Here comes Andrew Holness' sweetheart and her team. Who has the responsibility of steering the education portfolio? Leave Jamaica to go to St. Vincent and the Grenadines on taxpayers' money. On the taxpayers' money, Jamaica. On the taxpayers' money. On the taxpayers' money, Jamaica.
Yes.
She left Jamaica to go to St. Vincent to go meddle in the affairs of another democracy. She got to meddle in the affairs of another.
So Rhoda Crawford went to St. Vincent to oppose one of the most long-standing socialist leader in St. Vincent. Rhoda Crawford, you're an agent of the devil, You are an agent of the devil. You are a Jezebel. Like, seriously. The Prime Minister of St. Vincent, you know, I wonder if you know the type of development that man has given to his people. We understand democracy. But why is Rhoda Crawford spending our tax dollars to go to interfere? Take your personal money and go over there. Don't waste my money. That's the first thing. Ryan Campbell, what's up, my brother? Take your personal money and go over there. And exercise your own right. When you go take our tax dollars now, it's like we sanction it. Like we did tell you, say, if you oppose a leader that actually helping his people, you are an agent of the devil. You're a Jezebel. What are you doing in the people's business in St. Vincent? What business is that of you? Is who send you? Well, you know, when you actually work for the devil or is a part of the devil organization, then you know, say, you will get sent out on assignments. What the hell is Rhoda Crawford doing in St. Vincent? Jumping up for the opposing party. People who don't see the agenda. All of the leaders that is not with the devil system, there's a coordinated effort to get them out of power. Now, if it is God's will for it to be so, it shall be so. But we need to recognize an agent of the devil when we see them. Now people are going to say, Bolo, boy, your idea, they made us out. Yo, let me tell you something, man. Those who have eyes and vision, have eyes and vision. If you don't, you just don't. Rhoda Crawford is an agent of the devil. She is a Jezebel. No, seriously, I'm not joking. I am so serious. Even if she knows it or not, she's an agent of the devil. And she's definitely a Jezebel. She's definitely that. Definitely a Jezebel. I mean, people there in Jamaica so far, you can jump up and down and a dance and a pearl off and a wind up yourself in a St. Vincent like you're a party, while the people in their own era that you was elected for is suffering. You're a Jezebel. You have no heart. You have no heart for the people. I really don't care about a relationship with Andrew Holness, you know. I really don't. But my tax dollars them I spend for God St. Vincent. I don't know if she and Andrew Holness sleep together. As I said, I don't care. That is what is being said. That is what is out there. I really don't care. What I care about is proper representation of the people. Why are you in the business of St. Vincent when Jamaica business is spoiled? Mind your own damn business. Yes, a Jezebel. And it's not like say you take your own money, burn me. You don't take your own money if you go over there. Who authorized you to travel for our tax dollars? So you go, that means that Andrew Holness is involved in this. He is an agent of the devil. He is an agent of the devil. He is a Jezebel. Jazzy, love how you doing. Toronto, Canada in the building. Big up yourself. Can you imagine? Look at this lady. Look at this Jezebel. Jumping up and down and gallivanting in the people in political affairs. Watch out.
To go to St. Vincent, to go meddle in the affairs of another democracy.
Watch out. Ladies and gentlemen, you see, the Rhoda Crawford gonna Ghana St. Vincent. You know watch Andre last night? Ghana St. I last but I sure. Ghana St. Vincent gonna run up in I try to get rid of the long-standing prime minister over there and I support the opposing party.
Wow.
The same man will build hospital for people. The same man will honor where you would have called the Maroons of Jamaica, the native them.
That's serious.
The man honor the native them. This man will communicate and say, all right, you know, we need to build a bridge, but here we go on. Understand, you know? On the customs them, how can we work this out? It's that type of leader, you know? A type of leader where get free health care, you know, to people, you know. That's why I say she's an agent of the devil. This is an agenda. I only need to see a deeper thing behind this.
That's serious.
She's a Jezebel. She's a send them senar. What she doing at the people affairs? A Jamaica mash up. A Jamaica in a crisis. Leptospirosis broke out. We are here about allegedly cholera. She is an agent. She's a Jezebel. Look on Fear constituency. Water rise down there. What she do at St. Vincent? And meddle in a people political affairs. And our tax dollar she use and go there. So Andrew Holness know about this. So she is an agent. She's a Jezebel. Somebody said this is normal for political parties to support the political parties in the Caribbean. Listen to me. I don't have no problem with you as support the political context blur not matter. Jamaica in a crisis where you're gone over there for. And then worse for my tax dollars. No, you're the amount of order. Eh? What's my bag there? Pass my bag on this. She out of order. Right? And Andrew Holness and the government out of order. Christopher Tupton gone overseas, me gone to knee surgery. So them say, I don't know. We can't talk about that because it's something personal, but you know what I would say? You the health minister, but you don't choose your own health system. So you build it in a way where you can do surgery at your own yard. How shameful. But these are the people that say prosperity and progress. But them fly out to go to surgery allegedly. Mighty God have done, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Be practical. When we come no man, be practical, man. Be practical. That is it. Then, mommy, you know, what is wrong with you? No, I don't have it, man. Yes, listen to me. Gravy, flex. Listen, I don't have a problem with logical argument. I don't. But that's why I say context matter. You cannot do this now. Them not have no emotional intelligence. The people need them. You know much people have grapple with mental struggles because of what happened to them. They lost everything. As an MP, you're supposed to be there consoling the people and helping them in every way you can. Being busy and moving around. But you're busy run Ghana blouse and skirt St. Vincent. Gone meddling at the people affairs. Support them from a distance, man. Do a video and make them play it at them something. Go on one Zoom. Go on a Zoom. At the event, you say what you say and make them play it on a Zoom. This is the age of technology. You don't have to be there. You need to be here. And there's no argument over that. That the argument they are true even if me never did born. Jezebel, man. Eh? Gravy, you don't have to see the agenda about the agent of the devil, you know. You don't have to see that thing. Because that kind of deep. That kind of deep. Trust me. But there's a larger agenda here. In this Caribbean. all of the leaders that actually want to help their people and are not a puppet of that big country up there, so they want to take them out, whether you believe it or not. And there's people here that are puppets in this government of that same big country, right? And they are working for them on behalf of them. Yo, you have people who are agents of the devil, you know, and then you have agents of those people, you know. So you make them indirectly agents of the devil, you know. You have people who are direct agents of the devil, and then you have people who work for them. We follow orders to the T. So, it appears that Rhoda Crawford, in my opinion, is an indirect agent of the devil. Zine, Kirk Campbell, big up yourself. The love of money is the root of all evil, not money. And what the devil is trying to achieve is bigger than money. It's total control over your choices that you have. That's what the devil wants. A digital system, a one world order, I order you not to go over there. If you go over there, you have no access to food and water because you don't have no access to money. The digital system lock you down over there. So you have to go back with them send you. Like sheep being herded. The whole entire world would be a sophisticated prison under the devil system. That's what the devil wants. A sophisticated prison. And people like me that talk, there is no space for us. There's no, the Rose, how you doing? There's no space for us. Do you notice the posture of the Jamaica Labour Party? They don't like people that talk like me. Let me tell you something. If they are allowed to change the constitution, people like me that have freedom of speech will be sent to prison. Just like the dictatorship country then. Honestly, where Venezuelan president do what they are? Somebody from the opposing party says something negative about the man and a prison they reach. Just to say something negative. Not threatening enough. Negative. Critique. And a prison them send him. Andrew Holness regime is posturing in that same manner. So, if you don't think you're afraid now, if you're not going to lend full fear to a mere mortal, that a full business, may I lend my fear and land my fear right at the feet of God. That's why I continue to talk, because I fear God more than Andrew Holness or anybody else for that matter. It's not that I don't know that these people have certain levels of alignment of power that was granted to them. I am no fool. The fool is the person that don't fear God. That is the fool. You understand? But Rhoda Crawford is definitely out of line. Gone too far now. You see me, I said, me need back every red cent of my tax dollars from Rhoda Crawford and Andrew Holness. Every red cent. Miss Collins, oh, you tell us, Miss Collins, the picture them again. Miss Collins, how are you getting sweeter and sweeter every day? Man, whatever it is you're doing, those fasting and those, you know, changing up your diet, you're glowing, Miss Collins, you're glowing. You know what I mean? Big up yourself. See? No, me not go too hard pan Tufton, you know. And let me tell you why. The only thing I'll critique Tufton on is you never build up our healthcare system and improve it to the point where you can stay here in Jamaica and do whatever surgery and be confident. Remember, so no kick where the Cuban doctor them, you know, the bad surgeon them, you know. Remember, you know, man. Remember, say tough time and wicked, you know. Tough time tell the people in the pandemic that if they want water in their community, they need to take the joke. You know me, I wonder if them people get water. I'm wondering if those people have water now. I am wondering if those people have received water. I am seriously wondering if that same community, if somebody from that same community that remembers that video and was there and remember when Christopher Tufton said, if you want water, you have to take the joke. You better you take the joke. That's what he said. If you want water, you better you take the joke. And him can't say a lie because we have him on tape. Yeah, man. The internet is forever. I really don't think those people have water, you know. Because them they rebelled against the joke. Them don't take it. Some of them when I run him way in the video. More I go to the labor right now. There is hope, ladies and gentlemen. There is hope in the Lord. There is hope in King Jesus. Hope in God.
So is homeless.
Mighty God. Hey, let me play this here, man.
And make them know, say, brother, it is vigilant.
About you and Ban Showerman and Irish Prime Minister.
Listen,
the people, take a listen to this.
Listen to that shower, man. Yeah.
My top quality, top and Irish Prime Minister. Why you look into Miss Birchall as Nikisha? Because me a showerman, Ban Showerman. So this is a game, and we have to can respect democracy. And when we put one in them place about you and the politics, we have to tell them, so democracy is important. And we can't run the country if we're not opposition. So you have to know where you are. Stop let down the thing. We can't tell the people them say they're done and what action done, you know. So you have to know where you are, the decent Prime Minister. Please. They are right here. What should I say makes sense? A fact shatter. And the current MP will get voted out. Respect Nikisha Birchall. Show respect. I remember we're not too into male, you know, and the female right. I have to know where you are doing. You can't use wrong for beat right, you know. Know where you are. You look like a God send a lady for the people, you know. So just adjust, no worry. Blessed. Big up yourself, Birchall.
My wisdom what?
To beat right, you know where you look like a God send a lady for the people. So just adjust.
See, we can't find that brother at PH, man.
So what you're going to tell me tonight, ladies and gentlemen? And I'm not judging anybody because I'm no perfect man. Proverbs 29:2 states, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. In other words, the people will prosper. The people will experience development. The people will win. The people will stay above the fray. The people will experience economic growth and things of that nature. The cost of living will not be as high and the standard of living will increase. That will happen only when the righteous lead the country. But when the wicked rule, the people will mourn. The people will suffer. The people will be disadvantaged. The nation can't progress. The nation can't see a way out. That's what the good book says. When a wicked ruler rules, we cannot expect our nation to have the spirit of excellence.
My God. Does Jamaica have the spirit of excellence now, ladies and gentlemen?
So what you're going to tell me?
That's going to be a staple of mine. Let me just look for this brother here. Giddy 634. We have to break this down. This man, honestly, I mean, honestly.
My top quality. My top quality. Capadaris Prime Minister. Why are you looking to where Miss Birchall is saying and Nikisha? Because I have me a showerman, born showerman, you know. So this is a game. And we have to respect democracy. Because when we put one of them place about you and the politics, we have to tell them, so democracy is important. And we can't run the country if we're not opposition. So you have to know where. Stop like that.
Yo, me never know. Say, no, let me not say that. It's very rare me buck up and sensible liberal. Most of the liberal them me know dark and arrogant no blows and scream. When me say dark, some of them are my friend, I tell you, them dark. Them dark, man. It's frustrating if you try to reason with them about logical things. Them only can see green. You hear what the man said? The man said democracy is important. The man said if you listen to Nikisha Birchall,
and when we put one of them place about you and the politics, we have to tell them, so democracy is important.
One thing me say to Rasta, you're misplaced, you know. As a Rasta, you can't be a liberal. What Rasta do to, what them do to Rasta in a Carol Garden, no Rasta can't be a liberal. If Rasta go choose a political party, that will be anything but liberal. Choose the UIC, my general. If you don't want to choose PNP, choose the UIC. In a real life. That's the only thing I say to Rasta. But me actually have respect for him, I say. And him gain me respect based off of him as a writer. So listen to this.
And we can't run the country if we're not opposition.
Brother, member say Andrew Holness, you're 1 PM, you know. Say we don't need the opposition. The man said we will run the country ourselves. The people them and the labor right there, we all be accountable. Only no member. Andrew Holness said we don't need the opposition.
So you have to know where. Stop let down the thing. We cannot tell the people.
Stop let down the thing. And that the man said the 1 PM. No, Rasta, big up yourself.
You have to know.
You have to know, yeah.
Stop let down the thing. We cannot tell the people them say them done and what action done, you know.
Yo, say. You cannot tell the people them. You cannot be telling the people that they are dunce when your action is dunce, Andrew Holness. Your government action dunce. Fully dunce. Government badness, Andrew Holness, fully dunce. Fully dunce. Let me tell you one fully dunce. Well, there's a lot of fully dunce moment that cost people their lives. During Hurricane Melissa and after. From the government. One of the biggest fully dunce thing with them do. Admitted by Desmond Mackenzie. The man said them have a big warehouse. You know, me need to clip up that clip there and put it on TikTok. The man said them have a big warehouse in Montego Bay, full of relief supplies, food and all type of something, water, everything, medicine, all type of thing. Zane, and it was at the time when he said it, there was no access to the warehouse because the roads were destroyed. You heard what I said? Now, in their infinite lack of wisdom, the government decided that they would send people to shelters in that area and not send the food over there same time or the water and the relief. They decided that they would wait until after the hurricane. Ladies and gentlemen, fully done. Fully done action. Even if him don't understand, him a them type of action there. Fully done. Me say God will even send his message to a labor right. Sass it out. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord Jesus Christ. Our Lord. When me say, hey, you couldn't say it any better than that, Sassy. Me say God will send the message to a labor right. I want the labor right then wake up with them.
Done some action done, you know. So you have to know where the decent Prime Minister, please.
Yo, the man I talk to Andrew Holness. The decent Prime Minister, you know. Mighty God.
Give her a hearing, which I say makes sense. A fact shatter.
Give her a hearing. It's a Nikisha Burchell, you know. What she's saying makes sense. A fact shatter. Oh God, man. Hey, there is hope in the Lord. There is hope in King Jesus. Hope in God. There is hope. There is hope.
And the current MP will get voted out. Respect Nikisha Burchell.
Yo, we can't believe this. Who could it be but God? Who could it be but the Almighty God? The man said, the former MP, respect Mr. Keisha Burchell. Oh God, man. Oh God. You have a conscious labor right? Father, thank you for revealing that, brother. It only take one, you know. It only take one. When I lose hope, I'm not telling no lie, when I lose hope. But that brother, the utterances from this man right here, if he maintain this principle, there's hope for Jamaica.
Sure respect. I remember we're not too into male, you know, and the female right. I have to know what you're doing, you know. You can't use wrong for beat right, you know.
Rasta, just go join the UIC or join the PNP. Yeah. Brother, your mentality where you have right so now go sit well with the labor right there. Man. Oh God, we can just imagine, you know, right now in the comment section they're supposed to name you.
Where they look like a God send a lady for the people, you know. So just adjust, my warrior.
The man say come like a God send a lady for the people. Rasta see the genuineness in a Nikisha Burchell. The man say she is for the people. You understand what I say? Him name Giddy 634. 3 they are going to pull up this Garrison Warrior. You see me? 3 they are go. Him put up this. Nikisha Burchell, big up herself. Zulika Jess, big up yourself, mama. 2 on me I tell you, come like a beacon of light. All my lady when named Heather, she don't get enough press. And the next one named Perkis. There 4 lady there. Oh God, man, big up on yourself. Janice Allen, big up yourself. I'm big up in general them to Dr. Dayton Campbell, you know. But may I tell you, mighty God. Trust me, that one, yeah. Yeah. Me have to go drop. Me have to go save the link to that video there. I might need to save it too. See if we can save it on this. Must have space for that.
My top quality Capanaris Prime Minister.
Yo, the man a show you say my comrade, the man a show you say my labor right, you know. The man up on the campaign, the man have been shirt, everything, you know. The man a show you know. It's not a, the man say my born labor right, you know. Imagine a born labor writer say that. And then nobody really born labor writer at PMP. That's not what I'm saying. But imagine a born labor writer say this. Andrew, you can't put right for wrong. And you can't use wrong for beat out right. The man said Nikisha Burchell is right. You know, say a lot of time Andrew fight Nikisha Burchell. They think I know. I don't know, they come like them fear her. Them see something in her way. They must say, yo, you know, so we can't have that lady in a parliament. Doesn't it seem like she's dominating effortlessly? You don't see that? She's very intelligent. She's passionate. She's calculated or calculative. You understand? She's not soft. And she's in tune with her emotions as well. And sometimes, you know, comments like, it went over your head is going to happen. Because she is who she is. Yes, Paula. Brilliant minds are a threat. Brilliant. Anybody when... Listen, I'm going to tell you something. You see, in a dictatorship regime, they want people that just follow orders. They don't want people that question things or push against things that they are going to implement. They don't like it. And they will try to destroy you in many different ways. And we've seen the things that they do all throughout the campaign against the PMP. What did they do? They tried to make Mark Golding pretty much a slave master that is here to enslave the people. From a picture. They call him Master Mark. And then come to find out, ladies and gentlemen, oh, so far from what they were talking about. But Andrew Holness and Rhoda Crawford. Let us see who else is going to waste our tax dollars to fly overseas. But Andre definitely did with our case. Andre, Jesus. Andre did not hold back. Mighty God. And also, I heard some word from ABR News as well.
It is said that about 4 of the members of parliament from the government side who...
Oh, happy birthday to ABR daughter. Yeah, man, happy birthday to she. And somebody in my close to me as well. Happy them birthday as well, so happy birthday to them.
Does it claim that they are not politicizing?
Paying for the neck.
When you're...
Hold on, let me pay.
For owner not get no help because of...
Want to touch upon this. Zulika Jess under attack as well. Let me see the new post that she put up. Thank you, Andre Stevens, for bringing much needed supplies to the communities of Windsor and Aberdeen. People, please support Panaja TV in every way you can. Please support Stronger Together, the advocate, the effort to get aid to people. I heard him say that he will not be doing anything but the morning show for the rest of the week. That's how busy he is. You understand? See there? The man at work, people, the man at work. Man at work. Andre say I best place income because people them orderly them now. You know? Yeah.
Thank
Thank you.
So, Humphrey, I really want to thank you. I want to thank your team for coming to Northeastern Central. You can see we have quite a bit of devastation here and wholly for devastation. And you have brought such a huge mountain of joy to the people of Northeast, particularly in Windsor as well as here in Aberdeen. I sat and I listened just now as someone marveled that they didn't know that you had such a big heart of gold to find them all the way up to the hills here. So, place where many people don't want to travel, you have traveled. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your efforts are greatly appreciated. You will never walk alone. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, MP. We know we come far, we go through the hills and the valleys, we go through the terrains, but we are stronger together. Stronger
Together.
Stronger
Together.
Yes, Jamaica, we're stronger.
No, big up Andre. This is great. How far them place a far now? Andre I travel like whoa, man. Big up Andre, man. Every time, you know. But may I look for this thing. Here we go.
Well, we are fed. Right, so basically, here we are here. Those big branches which are left, more maybe counties. We have to start.
All right, so this is St. Elizabeth Justice Center a few days after the hurricane. When we just shown a while ago, right? So I'm reading what she said on the post. The Costas reached out to me and requested my assistance in getting the center cleaned and cleared. I had no funds from the government to do this, and there was no money in the CDF to facilitate the request. I immediately called up Sebastian, and he didn't hesitate to bring his team from Clarendon to do the job free of cost. P.S. She said, thank you, Sebastian. P.S. This is the same Justice Center that the minister visited on Friday and did not have the courtesy to engage me as the elected representative for the people who caused the center to be accessible. Delroy Chuck. Delroy Chuck. You is quietly a sophisticated disgrace. As an elder statesman in the party, you too, you can't set no example. Huh? Or if you visit the area and don't link Zulika. Uno is a model of disgrace, you know, man. But I tell you, say, yo, it's just unbelievable, you know. It's unbelievable, man. Like, is there none among them that have any shred of decency and integrity? Is there anyone among them? The way all the JLP is operating is almost like them lose the election and they are campaigning for the next election. It come like them know, say, one election that come soon, you know. Black cloak you are going. Eh? No, I cannot believe this, man. The man is almost retired, man. This is his last term, man. This is his last term in office, running as a representative. And this is a disaster, catastrophic, of epic proportions. And you're telling me that no example from the elder statesman? How do you visit the area, the MP, in a time like this and don't link the MP? Martha, how you doing, my darling? There are all wicked beasts that hurt them come from Bolo. Annie, Anif, big up yourself. In Jesus, if Jesus for me, good morning, how you doing? And big up Catastrophic Press because she make me aware of the story. You know me always the credit do, you know. If me not give it, I must forget. But no sir, this bad. This bad. Catastrophic Press me listen to and hear it. This is terrible, man.
Areas the people them are made. It is reported that the constable who had and to labor right come out because
me try and find the
as they see what is remember good enough. Andrew never give a shit. Andrew never give a shit. You, yeah? Stars them and spread.
Alright, see it now.
Her phone no. Really and truly.
See it now.
Come like on a nasty. It's like on nasty but on a nasty. Wake up, Jamaica.
See it now.
Wake up. Me a beg you now. Wake up. Anyway, my people, we're moving on.
Listen
because Mr. Delroy Chuck, she run out and I come shut off him out and attack out just to tell lie on him. Like, seriously? Come on, Delroy Chuck. Come on. Come on. You a foul person. You a foul person. Bring care packages. Come and a gift to some people, according to you. Yeah? But by right, Delroy Chuck, you should have ring the MP and let the MP know that you're in the area. And so it always go. Our change. Our change. Who fix up over the justice side of the day? The same justice department where you say you come. Who fix up over there? When everybody maroon in and couldn't move out, who fix up over there? It was the same very just. And look at you now. Can't bring all care packages over there. Look at you. The people take a look at this. So MP Jess from Northeast St. Elizabeth post this on her page. She stated that this is St. Elizabeth Justice Center a few days after the hurricane. The customers reached out to me and requested my assistance in getting the center clean and cleared. We want to listen good in Jamaica. We want to listen good. How the whole of the labor right them out here, including the JLP ministers them, have spread lies and propaganda upon this lady. And when hurricane come and gone the next day, and the second day, and the third day after Melissa, it was just alone the JLP and PNP people them say. It was just, they don't see a soul, they don't see nobody else. So the customers reached out to me, according to Jess, yeah, and requested my assistance in getting the center clean and cleared. I had no funds. I want to listen good, you know. She have no funds from the government to do this, and there was no money in the CDF to facilitate the request. I immediately called up Sebastian, and he didn't hesitate to bring his team from Clarendon to do the job free of cost. Thank you, Sebastian. This is the same justice center that the minister visited on Friday and didn't even have the courtesy to engage me as the elected representative for the people and who caused the center to be accessible. So wanna see that door? Wanna see that door? Mighty God of Daniel. Poor Jess, may I tell you, Jess is working. Jess is working. And one thing with her, anything she do, she have proof. One thing with Jess. I'm going to show you the little video clip of the center too. I remember the day after hurricane.
So Delroy Chuck come with care packages at the same center that was not accessible only for the work of Zuleika Jess. Zuleika Jess has been advocating like Portia Simpson Miller. When you remember when Portia go up on her knees to beg the people in my IMF and in place if they ever sit down with Jamaica. As so Zuleika just operated, no resources, no money from the government. And thus, God does a guide her and I put the right people in front of her so the people of her constituency get help. God bless Sebastian, by the way. May your cabinet and your storeroom, as Andre would have said, overflow, my general. God bless you. God bless you. Free of cost, and now Delroy Chuck has come now to be the benefit of the work of Zuleika Jess. I didn't have the courtesy to link the MP. I know he's saying that she's lying on you. Shame on you, Delroy Chuck. You're a sophisticated disgrace. For you to be doing something like this at your stage in politics, it tells me that you were always this fancy load of you know what. Yeah, man. That's the way it tell me, because you see, leopard not change them stripe, you know, or them spot, you know, whatever the saying is. This is an old habit, clearly, of the type of dirty politics that you engage in. You're a cheeky bastard. You're very subtle and unassuming, as if, you know, oh, I can't. While coming out with vitriol to defend Juliet Holness money and Andrew Holness money. You remember when him come out? I was the one that lent Juliet the money, and nobody can question. If they want to talk, come talk to me. He was one of them that was adamant in fighting the Integrity Commission to take down their powers. So we observe these things and we mark them. Because only a fool don't study the leaders them, and listen to them keenly how them speak and watch them action. These are the people that are legislators, you know, that craft laws, you know. The same Delroy Chuck that say what? Man just want to be adventurous and don't want to release the sex offender registry. You are a sophisticated disgrace. You're a fancy load of you know what. But fancy or not, you're still a load of you know what. Mickey, how you doing? Damn shame, man. Damn shame. Let me just see if there's anything else. Why is the week just why, oh God. God, please give her the energy, keep her because this lady, oh, she have a smile although she tired. Look at this. Look at this. You can't see the tiredness on her face, but she still put on a smile. Karen, what's up? She still put on a smile. Share out food and clothes and everything. Why them do some 1 second video there? Just to document what go on.
I am currently at the constituency office for Northeastern St. Elizabeth, only to be informed that right next door, if I turn my head to the left, I will see where apparently the Minister of Justice is here in the constituency. I hear that some handing over is taking place and some care packages apparently are being handed out. I really don't know because I have not been officially informed. Why do I raise this? I raise this because it appears as though there is a pattern. Because on Saturday, the Minister of Local Government also came into the constituency. There was no prior notice given to me as a Member of Parliament. I was only informed that 60 care packages were given to the JLP Council for the Santa Cruz Division. The PNP councillors for the remaining 3 divisions did not know anything about the visit. Wow. And as Member of Parliament, I also was not informed about the visit. And I raise it because it raises serious questions. At the end of the day, we have to remember that We are the people's representatives, and we constantly say that we're not being partisan in how we approach.
Yo, my bro T-Rail, what's up, player?
The whole issue having to do with aid and relief distribution, but the truth is, actions speak louder than words, and the actions leave much to be desired.
This billionaire had been a homeless.
Oh, so that is what this is where it all came from. So the people reached out. The people reached out to Zulika Jess and let her know that Delroy Chuck is down there giving out packages apparently. Man, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. You see, if you don't catch the JLP red-handed, like have video of them, they will lie to your face. You heard what I said? They will lie right in front of your face. And if you tell them, say, they were at wherever you said they were, and then you don't show them the video, they will lie about it. And then when you show them the video, them can't lie about it no more. And then they're going to find some way of it, twist and turn, and they say they will lie to your face. Tell me, I tell you that I saw them operate, saw them go to work. Let me scroll through the news here and see what's happening in our country. Murder surpasses 600 mark. Man fatally unalived in Old Harbor. JPS targets 2-week timeline to restore power at Savlamar Hospital. 2 weeks. A win for coaches at this. Okay. JPS CEO full underground power grid too costly for Jamaica. So they are not looking to have a full underground power grid. The JPS says it's too costly for Jamaica. So we can't forget about that, yeah? What these hurricanes are always going to blow down the light wire them, or blow down the tree and lick down the light wire them. Ladies and gentlemen, tragically, a legend, an artist, an actor, a global icon, cultural ambassador, Jimmy Cliff has passed away. Rest in peace, my condolences to him and his family, his musical family, his immediate family. My condolences. Legend has passed. 81 years old. I read part of the article that I saw it and not the Gleaner, but it appears that he died from pneumonia. Small businesses call for cash aid, loan freezes to jumpstart commerce. Why? Tell them. What is this? With roads in shambles, students turn to motorcycle for school commute. So this a youth that ride a motorcycle go to school. And then the motorcycle I carry the young girl to school. Mighty God. Look at the debris in the road. Young girl going to school on a bike. Young boy riding himself to school on a bike. Jimmy Cliff, see there? One of his, Jimmy Cliff, the movie The Harder They Come, The Harder They Fall, that song and his acting prowess in that is forever etched in my mind. I've never met the man in person, but that was one of the most memorable moments that is etched in my mind about Jimmy Cliff. Rest in peace. A 13,000-mile journey of rebuilding. Wow, that's 13,000 miles. That's like the area. Wow. The maths is not mathsing. Last week, do the maths. We focused on previous unspoken long-term consequences of the devastation wrought by Hurricane Melissa. It's time to face another reality check. There are also some very acute short-term consequences we must tackle as a nation, and we must stop incessant politicking and confront them together, because make no mistake about it, we are in trouble. All of us, not just the politician you don't support or their sycophants. This look like an editorial read by the Gleaner, and I believe that this is important. I like how that started, because we are definitely in trouble. Gardner Robinson, the maths is not mathsing, right? Thank you so much, Black Loki. It continues to say, last week I highlighted the likely demise of the touted 60% debt to GDP ratio. I explained why, through no fault of any politician, but thanks to Melissa, that ratio cannot be sustained in the foreseeable future. But there's more. Another mirage that's about to be dispelled very soon is the stable exchange rate. The bank's average selling price is currently alleged to be just above 161. So the Jamaican dollar to the US is 161 to $1. I call it a mirage because whenever the old ball and chain needs a few US to buy a pair of slippers, she asks to pay significantly in excess of the published average. A friend and fellow horse racing enthusiast recently assured me that the exchange rate is heading to 180. Mighty God! What? The exchange rate is heading to 180 in a hurry. My other friend and alter ego, the terrible Tau Triple T to Twitter pal, Kelly Catherine, has no option but to agree. Jesus. My moles in the finance circle threw their heads back and laugh when I repeat this dire prediction. It's already there. They say it's only BOJ tricks with national reserves that keeps the dream alive. Ladies and gentlemen, Ralston Hyman spoke about this. Ralston Hyman, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to come back to this. If I'm not mistaken, Ralston Hyman spoke about this on Colin Bell's show. I think I did a video on it. The last video I did with Ralston Hyman and the Colin Bell show. Wow, no man, I not so long ago, man. That means I didn't put out the official video. I did a live stream. Alright. It look like I that me do, yes. Well, Colin Bell. Portland Spice TV. Make sure to go subscribe. See? Let me see if we can find the exact
of the IMF and your multilateral partners where you know. And that's the local media don't really understand them and run upon and carry them thing. Them thing they're improbable based on who they come from. When they come from somebody else,
maybe.
Yeah.
Hold on the rally.
What them do, man?
Hold on. Let me see if I can. Hold on.
Because this is not a thing. Yeah, that me and the most credible finance minister agree upon. They need to set up what we call a National Office of Reconstruction, which is like EPA, because them can't manage it. Yeah? Only invention. But here's the problem. We can't get the food into the people because we want the place blocked.
The 27th of October.
Yep.
On the 29th of October, I have no hope.
I've been discussing with the Exim Bank. This is what I've been discussing with the Development Bank of Jamaica. This is what I've been discussing with the development partners. This is how we are going to do this. These are the timelines. Yeah.
Who is the finance minister's advisors? Who are the advisors to the finance minister?
Oh, I can't tell you now.
Let me see if we can find it on TikTok. Because I specifically heard him said it's gonna go between 165 to 175. Big up yourself, Guilford, watching from London. Big up, big up, big up. Ralston, England in high place. Ralston Hyman declares USD going above 165 before January. Let me see if I find a video upon that. At April 20. No, sir. Need something after Hurricane Melissa. Anyway, take my word for it. I never do a video upon it and I can't find it right now. But take my word for it. Him say 165 to about 175 or something like that. I hear them people I know in this or something in the Gleaner say it already reached 180. Because let me tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, the bank is using the reserve money to stabilize the dollar. But those tricks is not telling us the true value of the US dollar on the market. So basically what these people are saying is that it's a mirage. It come like a day night desert and you see one big oasis and spring, and it's an hallucination in your mind. No spring, no day. So this figure with them have for the US dollar is an illusion based off economic principles. You understand? See that it's only the BOJ's trick with the National Reserve that keeps the dream alive. So you're in our state of dreamland. If you think so the Jamaican dollar still there 160 or 161 to 1 US, you're in a dreamland. I have been paying attention to the US dollar because I expect it to continue to rise. But because of Ralston Hyman, I understand say the BOJ is using the reserve to stabilize the dollar. Them say so last week we attempted long-term mathematics. This week we try short-term add math. From January to the first quarter of 2023. I want to the listening numbers them you can write them down. They keep buying down the dollar, trying to keep it down. Yeah. So the construction, the import, Jamaica imports of construction material were valued at US 113.2 million, a decline of 26.3% compared to the first quarter of 2023. That decline was only 13.5% from the period of January to October 2024. In other words, import got on the fast track, especially after Beryl's July 3rd visit. What do you think is likely to happen in 2026? My teacher, construction material imports will skyrocket. Yeah, man, wanna like up the live. Hear she say, hear them say? On July 3rd, the thing raised. Right? Them fast track the imports them. You know how much construction Jamaica have to do? You know how much construction material them are going to need? It will skyrocket for true. According to Statin, the total imports January-May 2025 costs US. Whoa. What? This didn't even make no sense. 3.16 trillion. No, what the hell is this? Oh no, sorry, my bad. 3.16 billion US dollars. Up to 3.6% over the same period of 2024. Exports for the same period was US 773 million, down 6.9% from the previous period in 2024. In 2022, latest update published by Statin, total food exports were almost Jamaican 42 billion, or about 273 million US. With apologies for comparing 2022 numbers with 2025, because that's all we have. It can immediately be seen how food exports make up about 36% of total exports. That means the food that we export, 36% is a big number. That's just 14% less than 50%. So if 36% of our total exports is food, the bread basket of Jamaica being hit, what do you think is going to happen to us economically? And then the importation of these materials. Mighty God. Jamaica, we're in trouble. As we look at short term, and then there's implications, you know, when it comes to import, because your US dollars where you have to go pay. If you have to go supplement buying US dollars to pay those bills. Murder. Food prices is going to up and up and up and up and up and up. Oh, by the way, people won't be able to afford food, you know. The government said, Holness said to Isaac Buchanan, he said it several times, the government is not responsible for feeding everybody. Father God is the only answer, Jamaica. If we don't lean upon Father God, dog, we suffer. We have to repent, because there's going to be famine and drought. The only answer is God Almighty. As we look at the short-term food export prospects, we must understand the largest proportion of Jamaica's farmland is to be found in Clarendon, St. Catherine, St. Anne, and Westmoreland. Trelawney is a major producer of exporter yams, which contribute significantly to Jamaica's total fresh produce exports. A large number of registrar farmers are in St. Elizabeth and contribute significantly to domestic and export food crop output. Mango, breadfruit, ackee, avocado are in demand globally. Hanover, Westmoreland, St. James are among the regions that are most suitable for the growth of these crops. Coffee isn't grown in the hardest hit areas, but the hilly regions of St. Andrew and Portland, where many coffee farms are located, were severely affected by the strong gust winds and have sustained crop and infrastructure damage. Tourism inflows, great reduced, greatly reduced. No, this is an extensive article. I'm not going to read all that right now. Should I? Remember, man, infrastructure. You know what? Infrastructure damage. Oh, let me see. I'm trying to be smart, y'all. Trying to be smart. Think said he can read aloud. Anyway, infrastructure damage to hotels in the tourism belt was significant. Buyer Principal has already announced his Grand Jamaica property won't be reopened. Won't open before December 2026. Wow, that's next year. Half Moon suffered severe infrastructural damage. Reopen and can't reopen this year. Smaller properties in Westmoreland are badly affected and might never be the same. There's some good news. Round Hill issued a statement that included the following. Although the resources remain fully intact, local infrastructure, including roads and airports and power, has been affected. The safety of our community remains our top priority, and we target to resume welcoming guests on Monday, December 8, 2025. We will do our best to open earlier. So Round Hill should reopen in time for the high earning winter season. Apart from infrastructural damage, hotels are suffering like all affected persons from the lack of potable water and electricity. All hotels are striving to keep staff employed no matter what, but interrupted revenue inflows will affect not only hotels but Jamaicans' foreign exchange earnings. Hotels closures mean massive drops in export, meaning earnings, an increased trade deficit. Tourism remains Jamaica's #1 foreign exchange earner. I'm telling you, Saturday, and the earthquake, and then the earthquake comes. We should also bear in mind that insurance payouts are slow and only a fraction of the replacement cost. In that regard, pressures on hotels to reopen can conflict with calculus of business interruptions insurance that runs 12 months from the date of the calamity. Hotels are running businesses, so must be careful not to cheat themselves of needed insurance reimbursements due to the over-anxiety to reopen prematurely. When you hear that, these are serious factors, you know. So them have to factor them insurance when I go come through till probably 1 year. So you opening I go forfeit that. So short term we are looking at increased foreign exchange demand and reduced supply. This makes significant devaluation and real prospect inflation in set to bear its shape, its sharp teeth while government revenue drops, thus putting pressure on government to revisit its no new taxes mantra. Because otherwise the maths is not mathsing. Believe it or not, by Ripley, the fundamental problem facing Jamaica isn't political, social, or psychological. It's educational. For 63 years, we've insisted on teaching the next generation the British way, which is to depend on tradition, swallow it, and regurgitate it on exam paper. We don't teach our children to think. If we did, this generation would be able to see beyond the obvious comprehensive access and diverse nature of the crisis facing us and discern the difference between time for cheap politicking and a time for national unity. Mighty God, wake up all the teachers, time to teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen to what you have to say, because they're the ones who's coming up and the world is their hands. When you teach the children, teach them the very best you can. I guess that's a poem. We must stop teaching by rote. In our places of education, we must place more resilience. No, we must place more reliance on the arts, especially music. Children must learn structure and creativity. Yes, we can learn to recite 1 + 1 = 2, but what's a two? What's its purpose? How can it help me in life? We need to change our national philosophy about how to build or reconstruct a nation's reconstruct a nation. Melissa's devastation creates the perfect opportunity. Wake up, all builders! Time to build a new land. I know we can do it if we all lend a hand. The only thing we have to do is to put in our minds. Surely things will work out. They do. They do it every time. I first came across Wake Up Everybody while living in Barbados 1976. It was the title track of a seminal 1975 album by Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes featuring Theodore Pendergrass Jr. I bought the album in Barbados, brought it with me when I returned home, and kept it to this day. The entire album resonates with the 1970s Jamaica youth whose countries was going through philosophical reconstruction. The title song is an anthem for the nation stuck in the mud of tradition, meaning a critical path to rebuilding. 50 years later, especially post Melissa, the message remains relevant. If we begin by teaching the next generation to think laterally as well as linearly, we'll be well on the way to the national renewal urgently needed to help us deal with calmly, calculatively, and capably with national disaster. But for now, we have work to do. We have unavoidable adversities to face. We need every hand on deck. We need every heart and mind focused on the ultimate objective, namely to build back better at least fiscal and psychological cost. We need to protect the national economy as best as possible and keep the national psyche healthy, positive, and proactive. We can do it. Peace and love. Gordon Robinson is an attorney at law that wrote this piece. Yep. We learned to recite in school. They're not lying. They're not lying. We're in trouble, Jamaica. And one of the biggest reasons why we're in trouble is because obviously the country has turned away from God and not listened to God's instructions. And then after that, everything else, all the other dominoes fall. All the other dominoes fall after that. So, we're still in judgment. We're still in chaos. And meanwhile, in all of this, Rhoda Crawford decided that she should go to St. Vincent and our tax dollars to advocate for the opposing party. That is pretty much has the same alignment as the Jamaica Labour Party. Jezebel. Straight Jezebel. It's like Andrew Holness do what him do, and we still await for him to come explain how much money them spend on the trip. Is it possible that that trip he could have used other methods to get the message across to achieve his objective and it would still be effective? All those questions and more we have, ladies and gentlemen. But it is my view that these people truly don't care about the people of Jamaica. How can you be over there jumping up and down and dancing while the people in your area, Rhoda Crawford, is suffering and just Jamaican people overall that you are sworn to serve. You're in the service industry. You are a servant of the people. You understand? And then we have somebody here that is a sea creature that come on here and want to project their colorful practices on me, calling me a sea creature. Funny. Anyway, I know it comes to the territory, because anybody that does not support the Jamaica Labour Party, you know, they are called all different types of things. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. But we not go feel it. Yes. We not go feel it. We not go feel it. No matter where in the world on the day, no. Because I found a way I run off for the motor, foreign on the live, you know. But we not go feel it. Yeah. Bless up yourself, Silky Touch Anthony. I'm just tuning in. Why Silky Touch? You have to go watch the full video. End me in the live now. See? Yeah, man. So when you watch the video, whoever watch the replay, let me know what you think in the comment section. You understand? Let me know what you think. Have a blessed day. Hit the like button before you leave. Goodbye. Peace.